You cannot trust anything. There is a sad story about it. It happened actually in Tzuk Eitan. Another special forces unit got in with the bomb squad unit. Mm-hmm. And the bomb squad unit felt that this building is not safe. They didn't have anything concrete to say, like, listen, we see this, we see that. But they felt something is wrong.
Yeah.
And they told the special forces unit, you cannot stay here. And the special forces unit decided to stay because it was in a strategic building. It was on a mountain, and you can see a lot of the area because the Gaza Strip from north to south is built from the 80 to the 40 and then to the beach. So you have a mountain, which called the 80 ridge, and then you have the 40 ridge, and then you have like the beach area.
Mountain or a hill?
It's a hill. Yeah. So you really need to be in a higher ground in order to see everything around you. So that unit decided to stay there. And it was really booby trap. And I think at that event, 6 special forces unit died instantly, and a lot of them were injured in that area. And they call it, I don't know if you can say it, but Ason Maglan. Mm-hmm. The guys from the bomb squad, they didn't stay. They left the house, and they told them, we're not going to stay here. If you're going to stay here, it's under your responsibility.
Yeah.
And they did, and that happened. So it's a very sad story. And
other than buildings, other things are booby-trapped? You said roads, buildings. Are those the only things that you look out for?
Anything can be booby-trapped. From anywhere you have shafts that people can come out from and shoot RPG at you and hide and go back into the tunnels, and you cannot follow them. But the thing is that, I find it surprised that people are surprised by the amount of cruelty that Hamas and their leader are demonstrating in that war and throughout the wars that we had, the operation that we had in Gaza before. Those people are not ideologies that want to live in peace. Gaza is not a city that has interest to flourish and that the population there will have a good life. No, it's a machine that squeezes money from the world. That is what it's all about. No one cares about the ideology. No one cares about territory.
When you say nobody cares, you mean
that's the
people
narrative.
Who give money to Gaza or the Gazans themselves?
The Gazatians themselves are a tool, are a pawns in a game that being played by the terror organization. Mm-hmm. They are themselves hostages. They are themselves being tortured and everything by the regime, that this Hamas regime that controlled Gaza for the last 2 decades. Mm-hmm. So these people are not ideologies. They don't care about the land. They don't care about the land at all. We gave them Gaza. We gave them 2006. We extracted all of our people. We gave them the land. They used that land to build tunnel and to shoot missiles at us from it. It's not a story about ideology and land, and it's not that. It's a story about how Yahya Sinwar, how Ismail Haniyeh, the terrorist that established Hamas 20-some years ago. We talked about where I'm from. My family is from Ashkelon. I was born and raised in the city of Ashkelon. That's how I know our common friends from. And Ismail Haniyeh was a painter. He used to paint walls. He worked for a constructor building.
Before
2006, yeah.
He was a painter.
Yeah, he used to work as a constructor building.
He wasn't a investor. He wasn't.
No. He was a simple worker, an employee.
Did he own the company of painting? No,
he didn't own anything. He owned barely his clothes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he used to go to the roadblocks, come to work in Israel, make a salary of a guy that paint walls.
Didn't he just die with $4 billion?
Exactly. 20 years later. He used to earn a salary of an employee that comes from Gaza to work in Israel. That was his only money. And 20 years later, he had two things in his hand. One was a lot of Jewish people's blood on his hand. And the other thing was $4 billion. So it's not a story about ideology. This guy worked for 9 years in my hometown. There was an interview with his employer. And he said he was a very smart employee. He was very polite. He did what he was told. And then 20 years later, he killed so many people, which he had the opportunity to kill so many 9 years in Ashkelon. He killed no one. It's not a story about ideology. Those are mercenaries.
But that is at least what they say to the world. I mean, we know that the Gazans, they don't have sufficient with Gaza. I mean, 75% of Gazans are considered refugees because they don't see themselves as part of Gaza. They want to see themselves again as part of what they call Palestine, which is now Israel. So you're saying that they don't care about land. They want to... Is it the ideology of returning back to Israel, or is it just for money? Which one do you think it is? For the leaders, I mean.
I don't think... Well, I'll tell you what. I think that the people of the Gazatians are being told lies, a lot of lies. And those lies are being told in their books when they're kids in the schools, in the kindergarten, and then they grow up to believe that we, the Jewish people, are responsible for everything that bad that goes on in their lives. It's our responsibility. We did it. It didn't happen because of something else. So this is what they are educated to think, which we know it is not true. And you can see that people don't see that around the world. But, Israel is a very strong country. We are a nation of warriors. You are a warrior, I'm a warrior. We are surrounded by our friends that are warrior, well-trained warrior with a lot of combat experience. I fought Israel wars since the late 90s. So that's more than 20 years of combat experience. And we can protest for what the German did to us in the Holocaust and go and kill Germans in Germany. But we don't do that. This is not the Jewish way. This is not who we are.
We made amends with Germany. We are okay with them now.
Yeah, we sell them weapons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we sell them.
I had no idea. We
sell them defense missiles. So yeah, we help them to defend themselves. I met the Chancellor of Germany. They put me, a well-trained warrior with more than 20 years of combat experience, next to the Chancellor of Germany that is in my reach. That's how much they are not afraid of us. That's how much they know that we will not do anything to harm them because this is not who we are.
This is not who we are.
I find it hard to believe if they take someone that is a well-trained terrorist from the Gaza Strip and they'll put him next to Benjamin Netanyahu. That's something that will never happen because they know that he will do anything that in his power to hurt that man. So that's how the world is different. And, they try to tell stories that we kill kids and we do that. That's just not true. This is not how the Israeli army. And I want to tell you something about what happened in the beginning of the war. In the beginning of the war, there were two old ladies that came with babies to one of Israeli armed vehicles, and they asked for help. And the Israeli soldiers wanted to help them. And then they moved, and someone shot an RPG between them and killed those soldiers. And apparently those babies were plastic babies. So those are terrorists using civilian population in the most cruel way imaginable. I don't think there is something similar to that maybe in Africa where no one is looking. And this level of cruelty is unprecedented. You can look what they did on October 7th. You can never say that we are this kind of people. We are not. We are values that are embedded in us. We serve those values as Israelis and as Jewish people. And this is something that I think the world is getting a different view on us, which is wrong and need to be remedied.